Hello, welcome. I'm here at the Beehive in Wellington, Kansas. I'll be your host today. I'm Desiree. Anna Rose is with family with a really fun retreat down the I almost said down the hall, but down the road. So she's enjoying family time this morning, and I know she got to stay up quite a bit last night, playing into the night hours, cutting some fabric. So I am stepping in today so she can keep having fun this morning. We have everything patriotic for you today. Lots of red, white, and blue. Lots of fun patterns, pre-cuts. I really have a little bit of everything that I've pulled this morning. And again, I'm at the Beehive Quilt Shop here in Wellington, Kansas. Today is June 4th, and I think the weather's going to be pretty decent today, but there is some chances of some rain if you live around here this afternoon. And it's kind of windy already this morning, so we'll see how that goes, see if we can get some ground dried up today. Let's just get into it, I guess. Oh yes, the quilts behind me. This is one of Lori Holt's star quilts with her Americana line. So we have lots of these bolts, and I don't know how well they can see, but I'll show you them individually in a few minutes. This is one of Connie's beautiful red quilts, but I really can't give you much more information about it. Connie just got it off of an auction. It's because she liked it. We don't have the pattern, but isn't it pretty to look at? I just don't have the things to tell you. But sometimes that's just how quilts come into our life. We get them at an auction. We find them at an estate sale. They're passed down through generations. So you could just study it and replicate it if you're really good. But that's all I have to give you, is that it's just pretty, and Connie liked it, so she got it. Isn't that fun? So let's see here. I don't know where I want to start. Let's do some pre-cuts. So I pulled, if you come into the store, I've kind of redone the front section for you all in red, white, and blue. And so I kind of went through and scoured all of our bundles that we have, all of the patterns I could think of that either already are written for red, white, and blue and patriotic things, or that could be easily turned red, white, and blue. Most of our quilt patterns that we know and love could easily just be turned into a red, white, and blue patriotic quilt. This is a fun blue bundle. This is all Tim Holtz fabric. It just had really good blue, and kind of Tim Holtz naturally has like a vintage vibe to it. This one is a really fun one that came in. This whole line is called Sew America, as S-E-W, Sew America. So it has these really cute little sewing girls in it, and lots of historic writing in there and some other vintage fabrics. And then I pulled this in there because it's naturally red, white, and blue, but what's more like America than baseball? It's like one of our founding sports. I mean, other than football, but I mean, baseball screams summertime, so I had to pull it. Katie Nance is my producer today, so she could just look away. But I had to pull KU because it's naturally red, white, and blue. It's okay. It's okay. We love people from KU as well. They make great doctors and nurses and all the medical staff that trains at KU, and plus all the other fun jobs. But, that's what KU is known for. K-State is more of the ag community, which is around us. But we need our doctors, too. This is a fun Lori Holt blue bundle, and this is made from her Americana line. We just pulled out all the blues for you. We had a red one. I think all the reds are sold out, but we do have all the bolts, so we can help you pull a red bundle if that's what you're on the look for. This is just a mystery red, so it's something we made. We pulled fun reds together, and you could combine any of these. These would be great to use together with all sorts of patterns. Good fat quarter patterns, which will go perfect with these Villarosas that I pulled. This is called Sparkle Stripes from Villarosa. Am I kind of centered-ish? I can see what's happening. It has a really unique way of doing it. I won't give it away because it's on the back. And it does have a template for you to do the applique star if you wish. You don't have to. You could do a fussy cut a block there, or you can applique a star. That's up to you. This is called Wraps. And this one would use 9 fat quarters if you were doing fat quarters here. And then of course it gives you your other requirements. This is called Gallant. It's really fun. And it kind of looks like a wave and a flag. You can't really see it there. Here, I gotta do some, I gotta do some magic because I can't show you the whole pattern. But let me show you the back of this. Can we see that? It kind of looks like the wave of the flag when it's going down, and then all your red, white, and blues in there. And this one is American made. So you can make this as scrappy as you want. They've kind of done like your traditional red, white, and blue brights. And then they've done like a darker version where the white is actually cream and it mixes them. So you have like a new and an old flag if you kind of think about that, which is really fun. And then I pulled just a whole bunch of other patterns that we have up there. So on our front table, if you come and see us online, whew, I haven't had enough coffee. If you come see us in store, I have a bucket up there that's all Americana pattern. So we'll look at these. But if you do visit us online, I've added to our homepage, there's a link that'll take you to a category that has most of all of our American stuff in it, or patriotic things in that folder. So if you just click on that link, you'll be able to scan through these things online. And we'll be kind of looking at what we've set on the table to make sure they're in that category as best as we can, just so that you have the best online way to search for things. This is a really fun flag pattern called Yankee Doodle Dandy. Very, very good name here. And it is a very fat quarter friendly pattern. So you can be very scrappy or just pull from your scraps there because you're just making squares. Here's another flag one. This one is American Dream. Just all these tossed flags here. And this specific pattern does include 3 sizes. So there's a crib, twin, and a picnic. That picnic is pretty large. It's an 84-inch square. So you could make that as a twin, or not a twin, a queen. Thimble Blossoms, I love her patterns. They're always really well written. This is Stars and Stripes. So just a smaller version.
Somebody asked again what the quilts were in the background.
Oh, the quilts in the background. So this one here is the Lori Holt Stars. And I have a, let me see here. There's a pattern for this one that's specifically called, I can't remember the type of star she calls this, but this is a ruler template set that you can use to make this. The one behind me is made larger. The pattern that it comes with those templates is actually for like a table runner size. Here, I can give you a picture of those stars. So you want to make sure you keep the cardboard when you open this, because when you open it, it turns into a full pattern that's included for this. And to make this, you would just make it bigger. But I believe she might also have this star sew along on her website as well. And she made this one using her Americana line. This quilt, I can't tell you much about it because, well, we just don't know its full history. You can make up your own story here. It is really beautiful red and white stars here. Connie got this off of an auction. She really liked it. And I don't even know the full story there, but I'll ask her later. But she got it from an auction because she really liked it. So sometimes we just acquire quilts in fun ways, whether it be, hand passed down through generations, which is also very, kind of the whole theme today of celebrating America's 250th. And it's goes much deeper than politics. We don't even have to step in that to enjoy the 250th. I've been seeing lots of posts of past Americana patriotic quilts that people, and now we think about it like our grandmothers or great grandmothers made for centennial, not centennial, I said that wrong, centennial quilts and many others. And so then my mother-in-law and I were sitting on the back porch just a few days ago talking about, well, we have a few that we're making for this year that we're going to enter into the quilt show, and lots of people around here are as well. And how cool will that be, for the next big celebration, for the 300th? Some of us are going to be gone, but we're going to have these quilts to pass down for that. I mean, I hope I make it there, but just, you know, it's just one of those things to think about. And she was reminiscing, thinking back to the previous celebration, and remember it being this really big party, and it was just this big celebration. You know, there was block parties happening, people had barbecues in their yard. It was just a very happy time in America, and about being together. And that's what all of this is about being together and loving your neighbors and your family and spending that time together. So that is what we're thinking about today. There's some love happening behind the camera, and maybe tough love, but it's love. It's a mom and daughter back there. So yes. Anyway, moving on. This is I thought this one was really cute. It's red, white, blue, and gray, so it just has a nicer, softer feel to it. It's Iconic 2, and you can use a charm pack or a layer cake in this to cut up all your squares there. This is Star Spangled, like a really big star with the kind of like a ribbon, and it really looks partially like the ribbons that we're making as the Quilt Guild for our quilt show. Our quilt show is sticking with the theme this year, which is also the Wheat Festival theme, is all celebrating the 250th of America. So we are sticking with that as well. And then this one's from Cluck Cluck Sew. Love her patterns. Really well written. This is Twinkle. And she has 5 sizes in here written up for you to follow, from a baby all the way to a king. And is fat quarter friendly. She tells you exactly how many you need, or yardage if you like to buy yardage. We've got Scrappy American Flag. Oh, Americana Flag. I apologize. This is also using Lori Holt's Americana line, which I have beside me here. So this is one of them. This is Denim Liberty. So it has, 1776 and United States. It has Land of the Free, lyrics, America the Beautiful, beautiful lyrics all written in there. Lots of good things.
Is there a kit for the Star Sparkle?
I will have to get back to you, because I am not 100% sure. I don't think we ordered kits, but we might be making kits. I gotta ask Connie. But I know she had this all put together to show for a reason. So I imagine we will be having kits for that. Let's see here. This is Dark Denim July from Lori Holt. It's this navy background with a lighter blue, red, and gold florals in there. This is Cider Washington. That's what I like about this Americana line from her. She incorporated these golds that I wouldn't typically think of in an American quilt, but they look really, really well together. Oh, here's that same as that first one, but in a red. And I'll just show you one more here from this line. This is Berry Parade. She's very quilty, cute, and red. I really like it. But because she does these red, whites, blues, and golds, I pulled this book just for fun, because they use all those same colors on this front cover. This is also a really, really great book about using 10-inch blocks, or cutting down if you've got scraps that you can cut down, or make yourself a set of scraps. Really great patterns in here to pull from. Since I'm still talking about Lori Holt, I'm going to show you some great backing options that we have that are actually from her Americana line, and maybe a couple other side ones. But this is from the line, and it's called Parade Raindrop. So that would make a really great backing for someone, or for any quilts. And then we've got, I really like this one. This one is called Glory. Still incorporates the red, white, blue, and gold, a little touch of gold, without being too dark. I think that'd be a really fun backing. And if you liked the wording on those couple that I showed you of that Liberty, here is the, let me get you the oriented right. This is the blue and white. And we do have this same thing with the, in red and in that gold color. Be fair. And it's all tossed, so there's not it's not directional, which makes great backing options. And one more from the Americana line. This one is Berry. Oh, how fitting. Betsy Berry. Oh, here, let's get the plastic off. Be strong, be strong. These are heavy. These are like 15 yards of 108 wide back. There we go. Isn't that pretty? They make a good backing. They almost look like little pies. If you think about it, if you squint, they look like a little berry pie. And then this one is not in the Americana line, but it would make a really great backing. And it is from Primitive Gathering, and it is Starlight Gatherings in this beautiful navy blue. And you kind of get this cheater cloth feel on the back because it looks like you've done all of that work and piece all those things for the back, but you can just sneak it in there and pretend that you did. I'm gonna catch my breath. I've got a couple other Lori Holt things to talk about, and then we'll show you some other bolts or patterns. So Lori Holt has these freezer paper method templates that you can use. They go great with a layer cake or if you cut your own 10-inch blocks. So this is the stars that you can use, and I'll show you the back of what that would look like put together. And I started these. They're a much different method than I'm used to, but I think the right people will still love them. You can see, like, you mix and match your darks and your lights. Ooh, can we see what's happening? Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a fun, interesting project, and learning how to do these different methods are always a fun thing. So that's kind of an example of what that would look like. And then this one's a foundation paper star that you could easily make red, white, and blue. I think it'd be really pretty if all your points were the red and blues, and then you get some fun background as your white, and mix and play with all of that. And then if you're a Lori Holt person, or even if you're not, Farm Girl Vintage and Farm Girl Vintage 2, I think I'm going to grab book 1. But even just, she has some really great Americana blocks if you look in there. So she's got a flag, she's got some cherries, all sorts of things that you could make patriotic or Americana. You know, picnic is still very Americana to me. Let's see. Oh, I've got a couple Lori Holt charms. Here's our happy charm. So if you want to make a bag. Oh, and this would be a really fun bag fabric. This cheater cloth. This is from Kimberbell. I think this is red, white, and blue. Nope. Star Spangled Beauty. I'm sorry. But it's really, really cute. Be a fun little bag. Whoops. I don't know. Did you guys get to hear that spill? It's just our binder clips. It'll be okay. Thought I had another. Oh, here's one. There's another Independence zipper pole. That's really cute. And speaking of picnics, and I mean also Father's Day is just around the corner. But you can make some fun oven mitts and make them patriotic. You can make them barbecue, whatever Dad likes to cook or whatever you like to cook. You can have lots of fun with that. You might even need a little table runner that you can set outside on your picnic table, or if you have an outside patio furniture. We've got this table runner, and it is called Stars and Stripes by Riley Blake. Here's a better picture of what that would look like finished. It has really, really pretty red and white striped binding on it. I'm a sucker for striped binding. I think it makes quilts look just adds that perfect amount of pop to the back. We've got, this is hanging up front. Do you think you could go grab it? I'll show you this one in just a moment. It is called, it is a, it's a wall hanging, or even it could be used as a table topper. This is a New York Beauty. We've talked about this book a lot lately with our party spots. But we've got this really, really pretty red, white, and blue option. So this is the fabric kit bundle for it. And the girls went up front to grab it for me. It's hanging on the very front of the table. So they'll be back with it in just a minute, and I'll show you it in person because it really is stunning. But this is the book you would need to go with the fabric bundle so that you could make it yourself. And the white has some really, really pretty sparkles in it. So it's just a little bit of metallic pop to your quilts. And Roberta Byers made this sample for us here at the store. And just look how gorgeous that is. I'll back up maybe so you can see all the points. Can they see it, Katie?
Uh-huh.
All right. Every time I see it, it's just stunning. There is something striking about red, white, and blue, and then how well these points come together and they lay. It is very, very pretty. So if you don't want to get into a whole quilt project, you could do this table topper or wall hanging version, whatever you would like to do with it. But it was a great side project for you. I'll set that there. Then I've got a couple more patterns that I didn't show you. So I have this panel pattern, and I do have some of these panels left. This is America the Beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the red panel that goes with that. And I want to say I might have a blue version. Let me look. Nope, maybe that's just it. No.
I think that's the...
Yes, this cream version. So these are the same thing, but they are different colors. So I have both of those panels. If you like this pattern, I have it available as well. And then I was just going to run through some of these other really fun patterns that I pulled. They're either just red, white, and blue. They're already patriotic, or could be very made into a patriotic quilt. This is Spring Barnes. And if Katie will flip it over and show you the back side, the bikes are red and blue with little flowers in them. I just thought that was really cute. And I know, okay, tractor colors, I know it's a thing. Everybody has a side. But if we're talking Americana, red, white, and blue, you gotta pick the red tractor. And so I have a whole panel of red tractors. If you're a red tractor person, I'm not even gonna say the names. I'm just gonna say the color. It's like M&Ms. Like, what's your favorite color of M&M? So there's that one. I've got American Heartland. This is a really fun panel. It is modeled after a quilt pattern. There's a full-size quilt pattern that looks like this when you finish it, but this is a kind of a cheater version of that in a panel. Here's American Honor, nice big flag and an eagle. And this one, I don't know 100% what's written in there. I want to say it's part of the Constitution or one of those founding fathers' messages, but it is written in the white part of the flag. Katie can turn it around for you. We've got the iconic Little Red Truck. I mean, if you know, you know. Little Red Truck is popular and everywhere and decorates for every holiday. We've got a 2/3 yard panel here, and this one is American Honor. So it has the boots of a soldier and an eagle here. Then we've got All American Daisy White. It says Land That I Love and Sweet Land of Liberty in like a ball glass vase full of flowers. And if you or someone you know or is really into planes or was in the Air Force or Navy or anybody that worked with planes, we've got the new planes. So we've got some like fighter jet panels. But then we've also got some older planes. So if you knew someone in World War II or older that's still around, we've got some antique planes. And then one of my favorite newer ones that we got. It goes with that Sew America line. So this is a Betsy Ross sewing the American flag. The whole story there is how the flag came to be. And then a few other pre-cuts. We've got a couple fun jelly rolls. This is has the American flag and some other really fun colors in there. And like a really bright version of that is the Kimberbell Star Spangled Beauty version. So really bright florals, more picnic vibe to me. Summer picnic is what this looks like. Very cute. And then I've got some charm packs. So this is that Sew America again. And I'll just give you a glimpse of the back to see kind of everything that's included there. This is the Lori Holt Americana. That red, white, gold, and white. And then this one isn't technically a patriotic line, but I think it could very well fit into it. This is American Jane, always in season. But if you look at the back, I mean, you could easily use the greens in here, but if you took them out, you really would be left with that red, white, and blue color palette that would work as well, lend itself really well. A hidden pattern in here, Old Glory. It has the patchwork stars on the top, which I think is really cute, and then like the stripes of the flag on the bottom. Gives you everything you need in there. And then some other fun Kimberbell things. This one has the bench pillow with these really cute pinwheels on it. And of course you could put those on anything. It doesn't have to be a bench pillow. And then this one is some like old Coke bottles with, again, a pinwheel, some florals. And there's some other fun things that come with this one. It has some stuff for a tea towel, and it has some stuff for a mug rug in there for you. And then a few other bolts I've got. So of course, you can't have Americana without the 4th of July and fireworks. That was a fun firework one. This is a Kimberbell, and it's called Celebration. Very fitting. And then this is a Moda one, Red, White, and Bloom by Deb Strain. With a background. And then we've got America the Beautiful from Deb Strain, and this is the banners. Get them going the right way for you. And a really cute Kimberbell flower. This is Star Spangled Beauty, soft white bouquets are what these little flower bundles are. And then two brand new to us that we put in, or I put in very first thing this morning because they were hiding in the back on the very top. So I said, we need to put them in right now. These are both from Free Spirit. This is Mary Inglebright, and it says Happy Birthday America, and this is her banners, which is really, really cute. She's got the traditional banner, and then the what are the triangle ones called?
Like
a pennant?
pennant, yes.
Yeah, technically that's a pennant. And this one, oh, I just saw it, some more of it. Well, it is super cute. Okay, so it is called Bees at a Picnic. And we'll see if we can get you close enough here. You get close enough. This looks like a picnic cloth. And there are teeny tiny bees buzzing around on your picnic cloth. Can they see that maybe?
Kind of.
Just trust me. They are the tiniest scale of a bee. I think this might be the tiniest bee that we have in the shop. Because it is, it could fit on my pinky nail. That's how little. If I was to cut that little bee out, it's so tiny, but it's so cute. A very good picnic. And thinking about the 250th, like I said earlier, it's all about being with family and remembering lots of great things. And so talking about Connie's quilt here, and that she got this one from an auction, and I'm sure before it got to an auction it was something that was handed down or was made. So we're talking about family and generations. And I saw this, I was like, well, that's a good word. I don't even care what it looks like. The word heritage to me goes with the 250th. And so we have this heritage also in a very cute ball glass inspired little container here, but this is a full fabric kit for a Lori Holt topper. So it's a big square there. And then we've got some fun I don't remember the size, but it is a table topper. Oh, 43 by 43. So it's a nice big table, but it still has lots of red, white, and blue stuff in it without being strictly red, white, and blue patriotic. I just like that it's called heritage, and you know, I think about the dinner table and all coming together at the dinner table. That's where we meet together the most often, is sharing meals together or taking meals to others. So fun things. Let's see. I have just a few more fun, whimsical things that we have that just kind of either made me giggle or whatnot. And I found some other new kid books that were hiding over there. But I've got a Thank You America quilt. It's all patriotic. So if you're a puzzle person and a quilty person, this could be for you. I think of popcorn a lot when I think of America. I don't know. It's just kind of an iconic thing to me. So I just think it'd be fun to have around, either a decoration or to actually fill with fun things.
Fill it with jelly beans.
Oh yeah, fill it with jelly beans. Yeah, not real popcorn. This is popcorn flavored jelly beans. And when you eat all of those, you sure can fill it back up with red, white, and blue, because we got some of those as well. They're very fun packaged. Just so you know the flavors of the red, white, and blue, if you're curious, the berry, cherry, blueberry, and coconut. That sounds like a great mix to me. But you could replace that. Like, look how cute that would look in your popcorn stand. I think it's darling. And again, the little plug I put in there about Father's Day coming up, because it really is 2 weeks away, 2 weekends away, I think. It's going to be here fast. Dads, grandpas alike, at some point through their childhood, have talked about Evel Knievel or went down that rabbit hole, or especially grandpa, that generation of like my dad or even my grandpa, they have some sort of story with Evel Knievel and the nostalgia with it. Well, if they never got one, because that's often what I hear is, man, I always wanted one and we could never, my parents didn't let me or couldn't order it off the TV, that kind of a thing. Well, we have some for you, and it'd make a really great gift to a dad or grandpa to play with grandkids. Even if they don't have grandkids, they would still relive their childhood and have a great time. I've heard so many men come into the store and see this and I get that exact story. Oh man, I've always wanted one of those and could never made myself get one or never could find it when I was wanting one. But we've got some. And it has tons and tons of videos through this brand online as well. So if you just want to look it up, there's tons of funny videos of all the things people have done with it and all the different types of ramps and stunts they've created with it. And if you are getting ready to be around family and do other things, we've got fun games. You've heard us talk about Tinsy, and we specifically have an American red, white, and blue set. If you're looking for just to spice it up and keep things on theme. I know a lot of hosts like to keep all their stuff just for extra fun, the theme of whatever the occasion is. And if you've got kids at home with you, or if you're the grandparents who are watching kids through the summer, you got to keep them busy. So we have lots of books, lots of other fun books and games that we have all through the toy side. So definitely check us out online or in store so we can help you keep those kids entertained and having lots of fun this summer. But we do actually have a brain quest that is specifically on all the things for America Facts. Now this is an older age set, so you'd probably need, it says, let me see, 12 and up. I think, you could go a couple years less and start, but it's not for your kindergartner. These are too tough facts, probably. It'd be a fun fact for you to read to them, but these are higher level education facts. I think IE should even review some of them, because I looked at a few the other day and went, really? I never knew that. I wasn't always the best student. I got distracted easily. It's okay. But this is a fun one. For the whole family, honestly. It'd be a good card game. Who knows the facts the first? And these books snuck in, and I didn't see them till when I was looking around today. But we have a really cute A is for America alphabet book. I popped it open, just looked through a couple of the illustrations, and they were just gorgeous. Let me see here. E is for eagle. F is for fireworks. Very cute. See what other fun words. I can't give you the whole thing. You got to come and check it out. Ooh, Q is for quill. That is a fun word for writing the Declaration of Independence. Very fun. It's got Betsy Ross, all sorts of other good American words in there. Very, very cute illustrations. Here's a picture view of the back. And this one I've never seen before. But if you are a fan of the little books like You're My Little Cuddle Bug, You Are My Sunshine, well now, You're My Little Firecracker. How adorable is that? Oh, man, my boys really are firecrackers. They are witty. They are fast. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to look any further. I'm going to give you this picture and I digress. How cute. There's so many kids that would love this book. I'm only on page 2 and it's darling. You got a little firecracker family. Yeah, this one's probably going to have to go home or rent it, something. This is good. Rent it, that's the wrong word. Check it out from the library. That's what we do. It's on borrow. It's okay. Just ignore me. One last thing, and then I'm going to let you go because we got other stuff we got to do this morning, and then we got to clean up my mess here. But we did get in, because it's Thursday, I should also show you something new. We got in some brand new shoelace patterns that you can make at home by yourself. And what these are, the package, what you see up front is technically the eyelets. Or no, anglets, sorry. Anglets that go on the end, that's the hard part of your shoelace. This pattern, which we have 4 colors available, so that was the blue, we've got a coral, a purple, and a black. And so when you open this up, the pattern on how to make your own sewn shoelaces, I can't really say quilted, but I can say sewn. But it's a sewing project, but you sew your own shoelaces with your whatever favorite fabric you have. And you only need for one pair of shoes, you need 2 strips of a 2.5-inch wide width of fabric piece to make these. That's not very much. And that's 2 strips out of a jelly roll because it's width of fabric. So you just need 2 of those to make some shoelaces. But then you have these anglets that you'll put on the end. It shows you how to do it, and you heat it up to shrink it to your fabric, and then you've got yourself a pair of shoelaces. There's enough in here to make 2 pairs of shoelaces, so there's 8 anglets in here because you need 2 per. Anyway, the math, all the things. 2. Yeah. Okay. I was like, I had to double check my math, but yes, that is how the math comes to be. And that's all you need. And there's this other little thing. Let me just pop it open and show you. I am not going to build it, but I'm going to show you what's in here. So if you make these for yourself, and if you're making multiple ones, or if you're going to make them for a friend, what Slice of Pie, who's the creator of this, she is the designer, what she's included in here is this really cutesy cardboard. Okay, yeah, and it's not just a card. What it is, I'm going to show you really fast. She sets you up to make a little box. Is a little tiny shoe box that's this big with this really pretty cardboard so that they have a storage container when you're done. So they have a place to stay, or if you're going to gift them, well, how cute of a little box to gift somebody, and they open it up and find their really fun shoelaces. So anyway, that's the last thing I have for you today. I hope you have a great Thursday, and we'll see you either today or later this week.